today we're going to do 3.3. We're going to talk about logarithmic and exponential forms of functions. So we have talked about inverse functions, and inverse functions, we know that if a function passes the horizontal line test, that its inverse is also a function. Today we're going to learn about the inverse function of exponential functions. The inverse of an exponential function is called the logarithmic function with base b. And we write that log base b of x, or log base b of x. So we have a link between exponential equations and the logarithmic counterpart. This is the most important part of our presentation. And we need to be able to know the difference of logarithmic form and exponential form. So if x is greater than 0 and b is and 0 is less than b, where b does not equal 1, then we have the base log base b of x is equal to y, if and only if b to the y power is equal to x. Let me say it one more time. Log base b of x is equal to y, if and only if b to the y power is equal to x. So the relationship between these two equations is going to be the most important, and the way we get from log to exponential form is by making this circle. B to the y power is equal to x. X is greater than 0 means we cannot take the log of a negative number. So x always has to be positive. Now some basic properties of logarithms. For 0 is less than b, not equal to 1, and x is greater than 0, and any real numbers y, log base b of 1 is equal to 0, because 0, b to the 0 power is 1. Log base b of b is equal to 1 because b to the first power is b. Log base b of b to the y power is equal to y, because b to the y power is equal to b to the y power. And b to the log base b of x is equal to x. And log base b of x is equal to log base b of x. Questions? Please write them down right here if we're confused. Log base 2 of 8 is equal to log base 2 of 2 to the third power. So that would mean 2 to the third power is equal to 2 to the third power. If this is not here, 3 to what power is equal to the square root of 3? Well, we know that the square root of 3 is 3 to the 1/2 power. So 3 to what power is equal to 3 to the 1/2 power? That would mean x is equal to 1/2. And base 6 to the log base 6 of 11 is equal to 11. Means that log base 6 of 11 is equal to log base 6 of 11. Sometimes logs are written without a base, and if they are written without a base, then the base is assumed to be 10, and this is what we call a common logarithm or common base. So these are all of the same properties except with no base written, because it would be assumed that the base is 10. And now we have natural logarithms, which is when we have a base of e. And we will use this special abbreviation ln without a subscript, because the subscript will always, our base will always be e. So instead of writing log base e of x, we're just going to write ln of x. And this is the inverse of the exponential function e to the x power. So ln of 1 is equal to 0 because e to the 0 power is 1. Ln of e is equal to 1 because e to the first power is equal to 1. Ln of e to the y power because e to the y power is equal to e to the y power. E to the ln of x is equal to x because ln of x is equal to ln of x. Make sure you have all those properties down, and see you tomorrow.